Hello, 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 and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and 2020 is almost over, so we should all be happy. Once again, I'm back, and well, it's good to be back for a stream from Banggood, because I've got a couple of gadgets we're gonna talk about, and I'm gonna point good things and a couple of not so good things from the items I picked from the list. So full disclosure, those items, mostly, apart from one, has been sent to me by Banggood. So I've not paid for it out of my own pocket, but I am able to actually be critical about them, which is good. Hey, Pocketables.com, hello, and nice to see you guys. We need one of those. Okay, I'll try to get one for you guys as well. Especially that today we're gonna be talking about a nice gimbal. We have a drone, which I didn't crush just yet, but mostly because the weather is terrible and I don't get a flight time. I had a drone for almost a month, and trust me, I was going to give it a go, and I have like an hour of flight time altogether. So it's incredibly bad weather right now, and I finish work after dark, so I'm not going to be flying after dark. We have a phone we're gonna talk about, and something else. And unfortunately, we have a charger that is supposed to be arriving sometime today or tomorrow, and it didn't. But I'm going to tell you why this is interesting and why I'm actually looking forward to it. There is a gimbal, which I've mentioned, and we're gonna see some seaside footage. And what else we have? Let me take a look. Oh, a camera, which I have big plans for. So that's what's gonna happen in this live stream, guys. So if you're interested, stay and let's go through items and we'll talk a little bit more. Obviously, apart from phone, which the review I've already done, all of that's gonna end up sooner or later on NotEnoughTECH.com and on Pocketables as well, because there's a couple of articles that's gonna go there. So do keep in touch and stay subscribed. So the first thing, I think we're gonna start with the phone. And the phone is, so let me just do a nice quick swap over, because I have like stuff ready here. Ta-da! I can be fancy. I have this thing where I can be fancy. There we go. This is a Redmi Note 9. And, well, this is a box for Redmi Note 9, because Redmi Note 9 is right now in my hands. Well, to be honest, not in my hands. It belongs to my wife right now, because she took a fancy to this enormous screen with really bright colors. And what's incredible about this phone is that actually this phone is very, very inexpensive. So you can get it on a promotion for about £120. Your currency obviously will vary. I have 3 gig and 3 gigs of RAM, NFC, and what is it called? The last thing is 64 RAM, 3 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of memory. Yeah, that's the version I've got. So there is no wireless charging, and you can clearly tell that this is not my phone. She already customized things out, and she gave me a permission to poke around her phone. But there is a lot of good things that I actually have to say about this phone, because I wasn't expecting this. I've reviewed a couple of tablets, and the tablets were priced about $100 to $120, and yeah, big screen, but they weren't particularly fast, they were particularly impressive, the cameras were rubbish, and well, it's a budget device, so I wouldn't really expect much. But as soon as I grabbed this, and bear in mind that I do have Xiaomi Mi 9, which isn't terribly expensive, but it is a top tier device rather than this, then I've started to notice a couple of interesting differences. First of all, this phone kind of screams premium if you hold it in a hand. I'm trying to get rid of the skin, which is a little bit tight. Skin is included, by the way, but just look at it. It's really cool, really shiny, and on surface it's actually very similar to Mi 9 in terms of how it holds in the hand. And the screen on it, it's an LCD screen, and it's amazing in terms of brightness, in terms of color, and it's really nice to play with. And I reviewed this phone mostly from a good perspective. There's a couple of things that I wasn't very fond of, and I think the biggest compromise in this, that I keep forgetting that this is an inexpensive device. when you think about the phones like this, if I have to discard all the shortcomings of this device, then I would expect this phone to be priced around same as Xiaomi Mi 9, so 300 to 400 range, but this is a third of the price. So what you're actually sacrificing is, first of all, for 5G, I'm not bothered, so 4G is good enough. It comes with dual SIMs and micro SD card as well, so you kind of already just have a lot of things that you probably want from the phone, especially if you use your phone for work as well. You can keep those separate. And Xiaomi MIUI 12, it's awesome because it supports dual displays, so you kind of have your work life and your private life separate if you use two different SIM cards. That's great. Now MIUI isn't perfect, it comes with recommendations, those are ads, come on. And it's annoying, but you can switch them off. You just have to go through like 3 or 4 apps and disable recommendations, and you'll never see these again. I don't know why it's there, but it's Xiaomi, it's China, But the phone itself, it's really good apart from one thing. A camera. Now, the camera itself, the sensors, alright. I have absolutely no problem with this device because comparing to what I've played for in this price range, it was absolutely stunning. And 45 megapixel, it's almost just as good as on Mi 9, maybe slightly different colors. I'll show you a couple of pictures in a second. But the sensor itself is alright, but the CPU that's been included on this phone, it's octa-core, and it kind of struggles. And it does struggle with the stock camera. So I'll show you now in here. I hope you're gonna see it. If not, I would strongly recommend you take a look at my review, which I'm gonna link it in a second. But it takes a moment to open the camera. You can see it's still opening, and it's there. Now this does not happen when using third-party app. It's only affecting the stock application of this phone, and I wish they've changed this because it's slightly annoying that you have to wait so much for the camera, and that delay isn't present for any other apps. So any other apps that I will open, whether it's a web browser, whether it's something else, that's snappy, fast reloading, really in an impressive style. But the camera itself, it takes time, and I don't understand why. Probably there is a lot of AI processing within the camera app itself, and that's why the octa-core isn't just be able to catch up with this. So if you have a bit of a patience, then I would strongly recommend you this phone, especially if that's your budget. I understand that not everyone has the money. I probably wouldn't be able to buy so many gadgets if Banggood wasn't sponsoring me. And honestly, you still end up with a device that is really nice looking, offers you great features, and I think the only neglect is that it doesn't come with wireless charging, even though it has a plastic back. But the battery life on this is absolutely impressive. It has 5020 mAh battery, which is almost double of my Xiaomi Mi 9, and I'm super jealous. And it lasted me, with using it as a second phone, almost a week, and using it as a primary device, it lasted me almost 3 days, which is wow. Like, I get a day out of my Xiaomi Mi 9, so there you have it. Speaking of our uploading, how does the 3 gigs of RAM? It's actually quite a lot when you think about it. Like 2 generations ago, we still were using about 1 to 2 gigs. Even so, it's 3 gigs of RAM. It's great. And there are versions without NFC and the versions with 128 gigs of storage and 4 gigs of RAM. So if you want to splash a little bit more, you might take a look at this. Other than that, I'm really pleased with this. And yeah, if you fancy it, there is a link to the phone itself. There's also, I know in advance that there's a limited stock on these phones because they went quick. There is also a Poco X3 with NFC, which is probably very close. And I have an extra, in terms of specification, and I have an extra coupon code that you can use to get it slightly cheaper. Now, I'm gonna link my review. Can I just switch this over? I think I can. Just give me 1 second, guys. And we'll show a couple of pictures, perhaps. Where is this? Here. Hey, there you have it. So this is the review I wrote. And as you can see, I highlighted everything that pretty much I told you about this device. And I just want to go to the pictures. So these are the pictures that you can take with this phone, and there's nothing particularly bad about them. They obviously not the top range sensors. They not performing as well in the low light, but this is the 48 megapixel mode between Xiaomi Mi 9 and the Note 9. And you can see there's hardly much of a difference. On the right side, we have a Xiaomi Mi 9. You have a little bit better color balance in here, but then again, it was quite hard to actually get the color balance in this picture because of the bright background, etc. So overall, it looks quite good. And you have a selfie camera in here, which is okay, a little bit slow, like I said, with the application itself. If you use open camera, you'll be satisfied. And the nighttime performance. As for games, I had no problem playing Minecraft, a couple of casual games. If you're playing Fortnite on mobile, why? But your experience will depend on the game you play. Anything that's you know, a couple of minutes on the boss or something like that, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. The MIUI comes with like a boost, which basically kills everything but the game and allocates a lot of hardware resources to your phone. So that's Xiaomi Redmi Note 9. I don't know why they use that many words, but hey, there you have it. So if you want a detailed review, I'm just going to post it for you right now on the chat. And obviously, if you have any questions at all during this live stream, that's a great opportunity to ask. Now, there was a question about first-person view goggles. I'm not ignoring it. I'm going to be talking about it when we're talking about a phone. Sorry, drone. But before we jump into the drone, let's talk quickly about a camera. And the camera, which I actually have a wicked plan for. So let me make a quick swap with my rotating table. I'm showing off because that rotating table was pretty cool, and I made it myself. Oh. So let's go to rotating table, which is here. This is Aqara camera. This is IP camera that right now is going to be probably very soon posted to EU and US servers. Right now it's available on Chinese servers for Aqara app, but it's been just translated. It has an English interface now in terms of speaking to you, no longer Chinese, and I have a coupon code for it. And there is one particular reason that I really want to bring it up, and I'll show you why. Because I'm gonna make a 3D print cover for it. If you follow me, you probably know that I did a lot of different games, but there's one thing I can't really shake off my head. And can I just load this here? Come on. I want to show you something why I want to make a 3D print cover for it. That's so. Look at this camera now, and look at this. I am going to turn this camera into a character from our game Among Us. I've played a couple of games with Hackspace guys, and it's absolutely fantastic time spent together, lots of laugh and a lot of, well, traitors. But yeah, just look at the character and look at the camera again, and you'll understand why. Come on, show me your true face. Why I want to 3D print the cover for this, because make some legs and turn into a character, and I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic to have it on the shelf, pretend it to be a sauce, and yeah, just have it a game character or statue that doubles as a camera. So this is something that I'm going to definitely post soon on my website, and you'll be able to download the file itself. And let's talk more about the camera. The one unique selling point, this camera comes with a Zigbee bridge included, so you can actually take the Aqara sensors. They have really nice sensors. They're not very expensive. They're usually about between $10 and $15 per sensor, and you can hook them directly to a camera and use Aqara app to work. Now, if I'm gonna find a cable in here somewhere, I remember I had a long cable somewhere, then I'll quickly connect it and I'll try to show you the interface for it. I probably should have prepared the camera in here. There is never a cable when you need one. Right? Now all I'm getting is the USB Type-C cables. Where did I put the original cable? Ah, there it is. Found it. I was using it for something else. Okay, so let's quickly hook it up. And I'll show you how it looks like. So The latency is quite good, the interface is pleasant, and I don't have any other problems with it other than it's not available on European and UK servers just yet, but it's gonna be soon joining these servers because it's got translated and it appeared in my Xiaomi Home app and Aqara app as well. So soon enough you should be able to connect these to your local servers as well. For now it's just a service in if you are registered in a Chinese server. Any chance a list of components of the QTOM home heating projects? Yes. There is a one thing I'm waiting for, and that's why I'm kind of... Ooh, it's not rotating because the cable is stopping it. I'll be definitely posting a full article about this. It's gonna be a big article, and you'll be surprised what I did with this. So bear in mind of that, and follow me to make sure you don't miss a notification. So the camera is connected, so I should be able to access it. Let me grab the correct phone. And I'll show you how the interface looks like if I find everything. So it uses Aqara Home app in order to connect. Let me change the screen. So come on. I'm streaming, so everything is not so fun. Huh? I should be able. I am not seeing the. Is it? I actually didn't hear the camera talking. Is it connected? Let's see. I'm not sure if my battery is actually able to do it in here. Let me switch the charger just to make sure I've got correct power, and I'll be able to connect it. So yeah, I mentioned the Zigbee bridge, and I think that camera could be a really good thing to take a look inside and see if we can actually hack the Zigbee bridge and use it to our advantage, just the same way we did with Son of Zigbee bridge. So soon I'll be definitely investigating this, but other than that, I'm actually not having much of the... Oh, now it's got, yeah, I can see it has a light in. It's going to be connected in a second, and you'll see my beautiful streaming setup in a second. It also has a base you can rotate 360 degrees and kind of like extend, which is interesting. So it's obviously an indoor camera. Okay, let me refresh it. Obviously I'm on the live stream, so something's going to go wrong and it's not going to connect. Maybe I'm not... I'll try to reconnect to different Wi-Fi. What I've done recently, I've got two very expensive routers, and I've started to reorganize my entire home, and effects are visible that I'm not able to connect to stuff. Okay, let's try this. Oh, come on, don't let me now. See, it is talking to me in English right now, but for some reason it's not showing on my app, and this is entirely my fault because I was investigating different servers just to make sure to see which ones it's working with. Shall we go through a setting up process? I'll go through setting up process while I'm talking about the next thing, so I don't keep you waiting. All I have to find now is this magical key to reset the device, and I'll quickly add it. So there's a SD card support obviously at the bottom, so you can record locally. If you push the pin, hold it for 5 seconds, you'll start talking to you in Chinese.
Reset successful.
Or not. Okay, it's resetting. It's probably gonna talk Chinese, but yeah, in a second I'll be able to connect to it. And the next thing on the agenda we're gonna open. We're gonna open because it deserves to be open, because, well, they've packed it really nice, and I was just like opening this and like, what is this? I didn't have a clue, and you be the judge. Okay, there is a drawing that's probably gonna tell you what that is, but this is really nicely packed, and we're gonna open it together. So, camera's gonna be ready to connect in a moment because I could hear it click, and it speaks beautiful Chinese. So it basically tells you to open it. Now, if you can see on the app, come on, can I have it like, can I? It's not going to, it's overexposing it. Yeah, it's on the list of the, it. So you just selected the voice message prompt. It's gonna let you log in, generates the code. What you have to do is this.
二维码扫描成功，请稍后。
Yep, and then you wait. Like there's like wait time, and after
无线网络连接成功，
it's connected to internet according to my Chinese.
账户绑定成功，您可以开始使用了。
Ooh, there you have it. It was easy, simple, and I mean, I'm not going to actually change any settings. I'm just going to quickly go to interface. Huh? There you have it. So, it supports talking, so you can talk to it. You can have, you can press the button and hold to leave messages, which is cool. It has a full HD support. And it's actually decent, so I don't have a problem with it. I'm gonna have a full review soon, and like I said, you can link different sensors, so you can actually pair Zigbee sensor, for example, like a door contact, point the camera at the door, and the moment you open the door, it'll trigger. So that's a cool thing to bear in mind. Okay, so I promised some unboxing together, so let me switch the camera, and we're gonna go through unboxing. In case you just joined the chat then or live stream. We talked about the phone, which is listed. That was a Redmi Note 9. Xiaomi Redmi Note. Like, can we just get rid of the middle names, please? And we talked about this camera. Now we're gonna talk about gimbal and why you should pay attention. So let me switch the camera and let's go to a table. Not this one. I wanted this one. Okay, so. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to scream a little bit louder so you could hear me well. I hope that's the case. I won't be able to see the chat questions right now, but I want you to see how really nice is this. So this is from the company that is called Orange. But honestly, this box is really nice. I'm going to keep it because it's like really nice texture to it. And when you open it, it's actually, I wish my Fimi gimbal was back this way. Honestly, I really wish, because it's something special. Let me raise the camera a little bit so you could see it as well. So when you open it, you have obviously a bit of a dirt on it. I already took it to a seaside. I took some fun footage, but this is the gimbal itself. It's tiny and it's quite interesting. Now it comes with the native 4K support in 60 frames per second. And that's why I am really interested, because unlike the Fimi gimbal I've talked about, it, Fimi Palm, that was upscaled. That was upscaled and only 30 frames per second, and this device is actually worth it. So let's quickly launch it. It has a joystick without click in 2 buttons in here, and the unique action button in here. And I'll be talking about it in a second. So apart from this, what you get is a second level here. So there's more goodies. Instructions, we need this. Check this out. This is a case. And the case is made of metal, so you don't get that silly cover. I'll show you like Xiaomi, like the Fimi one. What you get with Fimi one is it's actually just this. This is what you get with the Fimi one. That's all you have to protect your gimbal. It's really annoying. And you've got this beautiful case that you can actually put your gimbal into sleep mode, put it in, lock it, and I already dropped it once because I'm me, and it's nice, sturdy. You can still charge it. It shows you which way the gimbal is up, which is a nice touch. It actually allows you in here, if you can see, there is this bit in here, and this bit in here, hold on, it's a special thing. And this is where I'm slightly confused about what you can do with this, because you get 2 connectors. You get connectors for Apple devices and for USB Type-C devices. So you can actually connect this directly to your mobile phone, which is nice. You just do this, you add your connector, you slot your phone in, and you can download information through it, and you can use it as a second screen, which I'm going to demonstrate in a second. Orange. I hope you can hear me. Let me just check on the chat really quickly while I'm grabbing a phone. Okay, table me. I'm just going to go quickly through a chat because I don't want to leave you with too many questions. And just ONIF used to with third-party software. No, it does not support ONIF. What I use inside the furniture. That's fair enough. It's a phone on HDMI capture. I have this thing to stream the phone, but yeah, I finished the work like an hour before the live stream, and I was a mess. I had this half an hour nap, and so I would be alive, and then I started streaming. Water resistance for the camera? No. Or the one will work or not? Yes, it does work. Okay. 4CHR3 require fan? Not to my knowledge. Limited factor, that's by 10 pieces. Not saying it won't work. There's a difference between being under something wood. Yeah, you can use the camera if you shield it. Now, if I'm going to print that enclosure for the Aqara camera, then this Aqara it's going to basically be able to use outside, because I used the Xiaomi Smart Doorbell outside. It wasn't for outside, it was for apartments, and I've 3D printed like a small roof, and it's been a second year, and it's fine. Okay, pass through. Yeah, our infrared doesn't penetrate, it'll just highlight infrared, that's it. You can kind of see through thin plastic, but that's all you can do with infrared. Okay, so I was about to grab my phone, and I've got some footage, so we're gonna go through it in a second. I will show you this, and let's make some space. So what you do, you plug your device, you turn on these, and you can use it in two modes really. So it automatically opens the app as well. So you can use it as a camera shooting. Hello. Hi guys. And you can use it for editing. Now there's a couple of things that you can do. There's time lapse, obviously, slow-mo video, etc. It's very basic. It has an object and face tracking, which is really nice, but those are available on 1080p. 4K is slightly too quick in 60 frames per second. There's a 30 frames per second, and I don't remember if object tracking is available in 30 frames per second. Let's quickly try, because that's a good. So you see, this is right now it's tracking my face. Yeah, and let's don't want slow-mo. Photo and want the video. Let's go to 4K at 30 frames and see. Yeah, you can track at 30 frames. You cannot track at 60 frames because it's too taxing. So I can't see. You see, 4K 60 does not support it. So, but that's a really small trade-off. Actually, I enjoy this gimbal a lot. But there is a couple of problems. So first problem is, look at the device. There's an SD card slot here. There's a USB Type-C for charging and for connectivity. Obviously there is this. There is something missing. What do you think is missing, guys? There is nowhere to add anything to it. Now, even if you use it with a phone like this, all right, it kind of, I wouldn't let it go. I would not let go. I would hold both things together. And there isn't a case, there isn't a 1/4-inch adapter to use on a tripod, there isn't anything. There isn't even a clamp that I could wrap it around it and add it to a tripod or a different mount, which is really disappointing because I absolutely love this gimbal. It's easy to operate, it has a brilliant resolution, and yeah, it creates a fun AI moments. Now the interesting thing is this button in here. This is an action button, and I still kind of trying to figure out what exactly it does. Now each clip that you shoot, you can create highlights. These highlights then is going to be used in a mobile app that will let you create like auto-generated different clips. And I have a couple of them, so I'm going to show you in a second. So let's go over the footage that you can actually take with this little device, because I have it here. Let me just turn it off. And let's go over to the footage. Just let me open the correct folder, guys. And I went to the seaside. It was a one-day, beautiful day, and I was able to capture the footage. Other than that, it's constantly raining in Britain, and it's depressing. I can't go for a walk. I can't go for anything. What am I looking for? This is a drone, but I'm looking for gimbal. More orange. I've got it. Okay, so let's. Huh? Oh, it took a while to do. Like I thought my stuff is gone. All right, so this is. Let's start with this. I actually woke up very early. This is 1080p footage, just me walking, and it's before, like, it looks quite bright in here, but this is before sunrise. I was trying to climb. You can see I'm tired and it's windy. There's no chance for a good hair. So the gimbal is quite steady. This is not in stabilized mode vertically, so it still allows for some movement in here. But other than that, it's all right. So let's take a look at the other footage I've got. This is still 1080. Let's go to 4K now, so you can see. I promise there are gonna be more colorful pictures in a second. So this is a 4K footage, and this is honestly, this is a low light conditions. I'm in the shadows. There is no light. There is no sunlight, and this is what you get. So it's actually not too bad. But let's go to the top of the hill. It was absolutely horrible. But I have some picture. Can I have it here? I want a full picture. So this is just as the sunrise was breaking it, and the pictures are actually good quality. Look at this, it's not bad. Like, I'm showing this on a 4K display, by the way, guys. So it's 4K displays going down to 1080p, and they have some really crazy footage from where it's windy. This one. This is 4K. I need to lean in order to actually shoot this. You can see this because it was like 70 kilometers per hour, and I nearly lost the drone on that day. It could not. Like, I'm actually having problems standing in here, and I'm not playing up. Okay, let's scroll over to a better day. So time lapse. I have a time lapse. Where is that? Slow motion. There is a time lapse somewhere. Normal. It's gonna be first one, isn't it? Normal. I'm looking for that time lapse, and I'm having problems finding it. Okay, never mind. Let's go with any single. Normal. This one. Maybe this one. So this is on a better day. This is 4K right now. And it looks great, really. I'm really pleased with how it looks like, and I know the stream is not going to give you any they are the same kind of quality that I get, especially that I've got the bitrate reasons, because my internet recently over the lockdown is really crap. But yeah, you can track objects. I have a tracking video somewhere in here. Just let me get I think this one. Yeah, this is where I turn on the tracking. And it keeps it nicely in frame, so I was really quite happy. So yeah, I'm trying to still find that time lapse I've shot, but it feels like I've lost it. It's a slow motion, but I can't find the time lapse. Oh, that's annoying. I thought there was somewhere here. Anyway, so yeah. Other than that, I'm really cool with this, because the resolution in 4K is actually pretty good. I hope that they're gonna release some accessories for this, because it's definitely worth it. And I'm just going to send you a link. And there is a coupon code. It's merged everything. Sorry guys, I'll send you again. So this is the link for the product, and there is a special coupon code that you can kind of get a little bit cheaper. It's not as cheap as the Xiaomi Fimi Palm but that 60 frames per second, oh, definitely worth it. So I'm super curious. I'm going to be using it for a lot of footage because it's really handy. Now, I want adapter for this. I honestly want adapters. I could mount it on, I don't know, a tripod or something, because even though you can take time lapses, hyperlapses, there is nowhere, to put this. I can't really add it to a stable base. I kind of have to hold it in a hand, which kills entire purpose for it. And that's the biggest mistake they've done. And all it took is a small screw. I don't know. I'm considering actually just making a hole, gluing it in, and hello, Waffles. How are you? And hello to everyone that joined me. So that's the gimbal. I'm really excited, and next position on the line is a drone. Should we take a look at drone? So I'm gonna start with some footage, and there is gonna be a small cautionary tale. First of all, I am not a drone person. It's my first drone, and I never flown a drone before. I was absolutely terrified of crashing it because I can't fly drones. I've tried like those drone simulators online. Yeah, I was bad. I was crashing it. I did not understand. And I went for a drone that was £300. I paid a big part of it myself, so it wasn't exactly sponsored by Banggood, but it's included here because they gave me a really good discount. But I've decided to buy expensive drone for two reasons. First of all, I want to learn. Second of all, I want it to be useful. And trust me, if you're gonna get one of those like £100 drones without like GPS and stuff like that, you're probably gonna have fun, and it might be even more sturdy than the one I have. However, with all that computer assists, or with the GPS, return to home and everything, it's less likely that you're gonna drive it into a tree or lose it. And I already had 3 situations when I would lose a drone other way around, otherwise, and that electronic that was packed into the drone actually saved it. So the drone in question is this. This is white box that you barely can see. So this is Fimi X8SE. So let me take it out and we'll talk about it. So this is a drone. You can see it's nicely packed. It's very compact. You can put it in a bag, and it comes with a small controller, which you phone, or you can use tablet because it's massive. And obviously there's spare propellers and chargers and cables and the boring stuff. So we're not going to talk about this. So the drone itself, it has a gimbal in front. It's a very similar gimbal from for the Fimi one. So I would expect a very similar quality. No, so that's not a Fimi, that's the orange. There's a Fimi one, come on. I'm showing you some irrelevant stuff. So as you can see, this is a very similar gimbal to this one, and they work almost the same in terms of quality. So the drone opens up like this, so you can make a transformer out of it. There is an order, and there's your drone. It's 750 grams, so in UK you need a license for it. I've applied for the license, I've answered some questions, and I can legally drive it. There's a sticker in here that I can drive it. And yeah, and it has 8 kilometers of range if you maintain line of sight. Now, the furthest I went and lost it was 1.5 kilometers, and I lost the line of sight. The drone said to me, oops, I'm no longer there. And after 30 seconds of panic, I got notification on my controller saying that the drone is automatically returning home. Drone saved. That was on my first day because, yeah, obviously I'm going to do this. So the drone arrived back without any damage and landed itself. It was great. Now, since then, I got better at droning. Like I said, I only had 1 hour flying right now. The battery lasts, you can swap the batteries obviously, and the battery lasts about half an hour. It comes with a newbie mode, so basically you can set the drone to be like newbie present. You will limit this maximum speed, agility, and ranges in height and ranges itself, so you kind of not going to do any crazy stuff. But you also has a sport mode, which kind of disables a lot of safety features and let you go crazy. Now, for the most part, you'll be flying with a GPS, but it's possible to fly without accurate GPS, but it just gives you a warning that be careful, you have no GPS assistance. So this is the drone. Interesting bit is that it has a precision landing. Precision landing, it does this, it flips the camera down and looks for a specific helipad which you can purchase. Once it finds the helipad and it can recognize the helipad from like 100 meters up top, it lands on it. So in theory, you could just place the helipad on top of your car and then just slowly drive it and it would just land. Something probably I could try once I get better at it. So let me show you a little bit of footage, because obviously on that beautiful day at the seaside I took some footage. Some of them was great, but there is a couple of things I need to tell you because I'm honest with you guys. So let's jump into footage and see me in action. Drone. Let's switch to this. Not this one. Let's switch to this. And so that was my first fly around my work, and you could see I'm just like very careful with everything, just flying like a newbie. It's nothing amazing, just me just having fun, and it's actually quite easy to control, and I was absolutely terrified, and there's a fair bit of wind as well. But I wanted to give it a go, and this is the best. This is like actually the best weather I could get in ages. So yeah. Now let me just tell you what happened later. On the day when I was climbing the hill. So this is the day when I was climbing the hill. It's still dark, and you can see how gloomy it is. I decided to fly a drone up the hill there and figure out what's gonna happen. Now, because it was so windy on the top, I actually got in a very dangerous situation. Dangerous for the drone, not for me. I managed to get to the top of the hill without any problems because I was shielded by the hill. But as soon as I kind of reached a certain altitude, the drone refused to go forward. The wind speed was about 70 to 80 kilometers, and the drone, in the technical data, tells you about 60 kilometers per hour in the normal mode. Yeah, you do the math. I started to literally going back, and I couldn't not do anything about it. I'm new, I make mistakes. I quickly realized that I'm gonna end up in trouble because doing so, I could not. There's some crazy people out there that were climbing this hill before sunrise, and I really wanted to have a nice sunrise from the top with the drone circling, and it just ruined everything for me. So yeah. I ended up in a situation when the drone was quite far away. I could not get back, and I really had to take over manually, kind of hide again behind the hill, lower my distance, and then slowly crawl back to my location. Now I was watching the speed, the distance between me and the drone slowly going down, while the battery was draining at very similar rates. So I actually was worried that I'm gonna land somewhere in the bushes, on the trees, especially I was flying over a small forest, which I'm gonna tell you in a second. This is where I realized I can't go any further. I just could not go forward. That's me throttling like all the way back forward, and I'm still going backwards. So that was something interesting. Now this is actually quite one of the, it starts here. It's actually quite nice shot that I really like, and it was on my way return against the wind, so it's quite slow as well, but all the birds and everything made it worthwhile. So you can take interesting video footage. Now let's go to seaside when I actually had a little bit better experience and a little bit better fun with it. So this is me taking off and taking it onto the sea. Now I was confident that I'm not going to make it deep and to go swimming, but yeah, you can really, once you got enough light, that's totally against the sun, so it doesn't count. But once you got a little bit more light, it actually looks quite nice, and it's nice to see those really slow kind of panning shots. And I didn't slow down the camera control yet because I'm still focusing on driving this thing rather than camera action, so forgive me. But I have a couple of really nice shots. One starts in here in a second when I'm going forward. Here. It kind of leads in with the waves, and it looks beautiful. There's one way on the way back, it's very short as well. This one kind of goes over the coast, and it's just so fun to watch after that. Now, just going to scroll to another piece of footage when I was going quite low. So this is me going like very, very low. I was like half a meter above, maybe a meter above the water, and it was holding steady. So it actually looks really, really cool. In hindsight, I should have kept the camera a little bit higher, but yeah. In here, I was trying to make a follow mode. I'm not like I said, I'm not 100% good with driving this thing, and I've used a couple of different automatic modes to kind of try it, but yeah, I'm still panicking. It's my fault. So you can see that the movements of when I'm driving this thing, it's a bit panicky and it's not coordinated enough, and I should have practiced a little bit more before this review, but I just don't get the weather. This is the best weather I had, and I had the drone for 1 month, and that was the only day I could really go and have a go. So I'll show you how stable it looks like, because I have stabilizer shots as well. So let me switch to that for you. Where is orange? Looking for, because my lovely wife was taking videos for me, so I think this is the part of it. Oh no, it's already too late. Hold on. This one. Let's find the drone. Oh, it's flying. It's flying over in here. You can't see it yet. I believe my wife was panicking more than me, but it is really easy to pilot. And I mean, like I said, I've said that 1,000 times. You can play with it and mess about, and it does what you need. And it's hard. You wouldn't crash it until you really ram it into something. So it was a pleasure to take it outside and play with it. And yeah, and there is a 1-button takeoff and 1-button landing as well, so you don't really have to panic about it. Simple and easy stuff. Do I have I think I have a shot when I'm trying to make it circling, and it does the circling, but the camera was pointing completely in a different direction, which I should really operate the camera myself. But yeah, right now I'm too focused on driving to mess about with the camera. So a little bit about the controller. Controller is cool, like I said. It accommodates a big screens. This is a tablet size. Let's face it. I have a tablet in here. It's 11-inch tablet. 11-inch tablet. I can't squeeze it sideways, but I can squeeze it this way. Can I? It's obscene. I can do it. Can I do it sideways? Let's have a look. No, I can't do. This is 11. Yeah, I can't do 11-inch. Just about it. Like 9-inch is fine, and 11 is not so much. But yeah, if you have a video output on your device, so if you have a device output as well, you'll be able to wear the goggles. So you can actually connect not directly from this, which is a bit of a shame, but if your device that you're using has a video output, or you have like a splitter for USB Type-C, you should be able to connect the goggles and drive it this way. Now you have 2 sticks, which have a handy holder in here. Why am I doing this in this? Oh, that's much better. So you have 2 sticks in here, which you just pop in, screw in. It's very comfortable to control. Yeah. And it's very comfortable to control. In here you have 3 charger and USB port for phones. So you connect your cable in here. It's being routed on this side, and then you slot your phone like this. And you have your controller ready to go. Now the controllers are easy. Those you can have a different control scheme, so you can pretty much map them to your desire. Power button. No, sorry, that's a landing buttons in here. So you press 2 seconds, auto land, auto starts, so you don't have to mess about. This is a 4 direction plus button, and you can map each action. So you handy shortcuts to maybe enable maps or go to your favorite settings, etc. At the bottom you've got those 2, which are camera and photography mode, so you can take a video or take a picture. In here you have gimbal control. This is on a spring, so you can slowly move the gimbal up and down like this. And in here, it's a short. I think you can customize this actually. And by default, it's set to exposure, so you can change the exposure. Very handy if you're flying against the sun. Again, I was too busy to actually control this because I'm focused on the flying mode. There will be a full review, as probably it's going to be a while because I don't have a weather and the footage I've got is not good enough. Anything else I have in here? Oh, there is a return home. This is here. When you switch it, it starts to return home. You can revert this anytime. So yeah, that's all exciting things about this thing. But there is one thing I have to give you a warning. Now, not everything is perfect, and even though this drone is like 300, did I post a? I didn't post a. Let me post a let me post a drone on Banggood. So this is the drone we talking about. Like I said, I kind of bought it myself because I wanted to have a drone. And there is a code from Banggood to have it a little bit cheaper, so you can give it a go. So for what it is not a very expensive device, but there is one problem. So I recently discovered that the camera is kind of slightly out of focus, and I'll show you the picture I'll show you the pictures to kind of prove my point. So let's go in here and let's take a look at the pictures I've taken. I have a pictures here, right? It's a different folder. Let me open that and I'll tell you about it. Drone here and here. It's especially visible on this first, is it this one? No, it's especially visible on here. So take a look at this. You see that the focus is in here. This is about 2 meters from the camera itself, and this is the, I don't know, maybe 10 meters, maybe a little bit more. This wave in here on, sorry, this is in focus in here. I'm supposed to be using mouse in here. So that is in the focus, but right now the waves aren't. And this is not a camera that can refocus. This camera has a fixed focus, so everything should be in focus starting from like, I think 10 centimeters. So what I've discovered that actually temperature affects the lens right now, and that was a cold day, and I'm in the process of actually talking to support from Fimi. I don't know how that's gonna end. I'm definitely gonna include this information in the live stream, but this is something to bear in mind. So right now the footage kind of doesn't look the best, and even though probably on the stream you have little way of telling, but you can tell when you're watching a raw footage that yeah, this is out of focus, and it could look so much better. So the in Fimi's defense, I've submitted a ticket. I've got a reply from them within 12 hours asking me to submit a couple of photos, couple of tests, and firmware and some details. So I don't know how that's going to pan out, but I've read on the posts, lots of people didn't get a response, and I'm kind of surprised because they got back to me really quickly. So I don't know what they're going to say and what they're going to advise, whether they're going to take the drone in for fix or they're going to advise something. But this is something that I've noticed, and I'm in a way slightly unhappy because, well, I was looking forward to selecting, like, you know, capturing the footage, and why not? So yeah. Then I've started to look online for problems, and I'm not the only one. There are a couple of people that complained about this. Some of them, they got the drone, a new drone from the new batch, and they were happy with it. I've checked on YouTube, and a lot of people were posting really nice footage from this drone, and I was looking forward to get similar results. Unfortunately, I don't. So yeah, there is a chance that I actually gonna go through RMA and get a replacement drone, if that's gonna be the case. But so far the contact with Fimi was great. I've sent them the details today, and I'm looking forward to the reply probably after Christmas, so I'm not really having my hopes up that's gonna happen quickly. However, yeah, they responded to me within a couple of hours, so at least that. I don't know what's gonna happen, what they're gonna say to me, but I want you to be aware that there is a problem with certain drones. No one pinpointed it, but people tend to say that it starts to get visible in a cold conditions. So they suspect maybe a glue or something expands a little bit, or something like, or contracts a little bit, and what happens is the picture gets out of focus or something. We'll see what happens. That's the knowledge I kind of find out 2-3 days ago, and while investigating the footage. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reply. But in terms of flying this thing is really amazing, and I really like how it controls. I hope I don't have to get rid of it or anything, but definitely I'll be learning more how to fly it, and I'll wait for troubleshooting and see what they're gonna advise in terms of to address this. So I guess that's all for the drone. Do we have, and the last thing is on my list is this. Now it's slightly disappointing because I should really go like this. I'm gonna click on here, and there is a coupon code, which is this. And this is really cool. Now, some time ago, I reviewed that. This is a battery bank. It's a little bit dirty because it's in my toolbox. But it's cool because A, it's wireless, 10,000 milliamperes. It has a USB Type-C, quick charge, 3.0, and it's wireless, I've said that already. But it's really cool, slim and nice, and really like this battery bank. But Xiaomi made something really interesting. So let's go back to this screen and take a look at this. This is a very similar battery bank, which is mounted on a charging station, which also doubles as a charging for your phone. And I have one of those wireless chargers that you plug in, and and it doesn't really do anything other than charging wirelessly. So having actually a dock for a battery, which then charges your phone wirelessly, it's not a bad idea. I kind of submit to this, where you're always gonna have your battery charged and ready to go. All you have to do is just pop it out, put it in a pocket, and you go. And you can still use it on your desk as a stand for your phone. So it has a double-day utility. And yeah, I'm really liking the idea for some reason, mostly because those are useless. Half of the time they are not even connected. They're being used as a stand, and I still have to use my spare. I'll show you how my charging station looks like. Look at this. This is my charging station. Just a couple of cables, and I just pick cables I need, and I hook up the batteries and everything. So I'm really looking forward to getting this, because I can just put my phone down and start charging. So it's easy. It's like, why no one came up with this sooner? Because I've been using this, and it's wireless charger, but it doesn't give me anything else. But with this, I have a stand for the battery, I can put my phone and charge it, and if I have to stop the charging, leave it, and grab my phone and have extra battery for something, it's there, charged already. And as soon as I go back home, I just dock it in, and yeah, it doesn't take extra space that the normal battery would take anyway. So I'm kind of excited for this. Call me crazy, but I am. So the battery itself that I'm using this, it's really good, because you can take the battery and you never have to worry about a cable. Obviously, if you have a Redmi, Xiaomi Redmi Note 9, that's the name. If you have this one, then it doesn't have a wireless charging, so you still have to take a battery. I often take this one with my soldering iron, because it uses quick charge 3, so I can connect soldering iron and have it portable way of fixing the electronics. It's the utility of those devices is awesome, so I'm looking forward to this. And this actually comes with both the quick charge 3 and power delivery, USB Type-C power delivery at 3.0. And what was the actually rated for it? How many watts you can get out of this? Let me just double check. 30 watts, so it's just shy. My laptop is 40 watts. I wish I could, if I could charge the laptop with this battery, that was great. But no, it's just shy of it. So yeah, so today we were talking about a couple of things, and there was this camera, which I'm going to turn into a character from Among Us, because it looks really sus. I can't believe how similar it looks like. So yeah, we were talking about what is it? The really budget 120 or 110 I've seen. I think the lowest, this one, £110 Xiaomi Redmi Note, which is a really interesting position for that budget price. Honestly, maybe I'm out of touch, but I've not seen a better offer at that price. We obviously were talking about orange gimbal, which is good. But there is always something, right? Where is that screw, the mounting screw? It's supposed to be included, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Honestly, I'll think maybe of some sort of case or something I can slot it in, and it's gonna be complicated. I'll think about it. Something, but I really like the footage. It's 4K at 60 frames and it's not upscaled, and the footage looks fantastic even if the light is low. Why am I showing this like this? Orange. So yeah, the automatic editing. Do I have a footage on my computer? I don't think, but you have those fancy effects that you can play it. I can quickly transfer maybe a clip for you. Let's see if I can. No, I don't think I can right now. But I've been using it for work as well, shooting videos for my boss to show my progress of working on robots and stuff like that. And it's really handy, especially, like I said. And if you have a day out, the cool option is that you can just take it with you, plug it to your phone. All the moments you can highlight with that action button. It kind of creates a highlight, and then that AI system they have a list of maybe 20 different presets. And it takes, let's say, from 15 to 20, 30 clips, snippets from all that day, and it uses that highlights that you've created to stitch them up, and it shows you really kind of nice, fun way of how you spend the day with the most interesting fragments of your videos without you sitting and editing manually. Yeah, it's a template, so you know, like some of them is gonna be quite similar. But yeah, there is a link in here. I can't, let me just, I've copied the link pocketable, so hold on. I'll just simple as my pocket goes. Like this. Yeah, here's the thing, right? Let me share this. Yeah, this one. So this is the link. The problem with this is, right, that's breaks. This will break. I know this because they've sent to me. If you go to my article about the accessories, I have something like that. Let me just have a look. Show me palm accessories. Where is it? At the bottom, probably. Not linked accessories. Come on, I'm sure I have a link there. No, okay. See, I do searches on my own website. That's how organized I am. So yeah, what happened was I've actually ordered something like. No, that wasn't this one. That wasn't this one. That was this one. So this in particular one in here. This is not from this set. This part was 3D printed. It was bluntly 3D printed, and it was awful quality. I honestly have used it once and it snapped on me, and I wasn't even, you know, doing anything specific. I just snapped it together, tried to screw it in, and it snapped. So this is from a different set, from this one, from the harness, and that's injection molding, and it holds well, and it was alright. But Fimi Palm actually, you know, it has an adapter at the back in here. It's the most awkward position because this arm gets in the way, but it does have an adapter. They've actually, in the latest iteration, they've changed it. I'll show you guys. Let me quickly Google this for you, and I'll show you products. Fimi Palm. Search, and that's the one. So this is the one. So this is the second iteration, and if you take a look, this is the picture. Come on. Here at the bottom you have a finally at the bottom mount, which is where it's supposed to be. But yeah. That's the second iteration, and let me see. Did they change the sensor, or did they piggyback on the same one? Come on, specification. Come on. Resolution. Yeah, they use the same sensor. See, you don't have a 60 frames per second, guys. You only have 2.7. That's upscaled, by the way. This is upscaled because I had a video on that. If you want, I'll paste a video for you for the Xiaomi Fimi Palm, which is here. So this is for the Xiaomi Palm, guys. So that's upscaled, and orange isn't upscaled. So that's why I'm actually quite excited. It is a little bit more expensive. So the Xiaomi, where is it? Orange. Why I don't see it? What? I misspelled it, isn't it? Why am I not able to see this? Okay. Let's go to orders. Where is it? Huh? I have a link in here, in my... Yeah, okay, sorry. Found it. There you have it. So it is considerably more expensive, but this is what you're paying for. This, where is it? Where is it? That's what you're paying for. That's what you're paying for. 60 frames per second, and it's not upscaled. So yeah. Yeah, 4K was upscaled as well on the Fimi Palm, and it looked like a bit of a poo. I can actually bring it up. I'll show you guys because I have a folder in here. So let's quickly dive to my projects. NotEnoughTECH. I reviewed that last year or this year. Palm. Okay, I have a footage. Action cam, media this year. Okay. Oh, like this is the thing, right? I absolutely love the footage I have for this for the Xiaomi Fimi Palm because it was nice and summery. Okay. So this is 2.7K 50 frames per second. So this is 2.7K in 50 frames, and if you pause it, you'll notice it's probably not going to show well on the stream, but I'm displaying this on 4K resolution, and it looks better on the stream than probably it is in a thing. This is not 4K. This is not 2.7K either. This is a bit of a... This is 1080p. This is 1080p, and it looks exactly the same, guys. And I think this one, this is 4K. This is 4K 20 frames per second. Yeah, and you don't really... a slight... It's not improvement. You kind of tell that there is a bit of maybe more clearer picture because it's less there's no interlacing because I have a 4K footage and 4K screen resolution, and it kind of works together. But yeah, this is basically the same resolution. So yeah, lots of pixelation that leaves, because if you ever shoot anything that is using compression, if you want to shoot leaves or everything that has a lot of details, that's gonna always look like punts. And to prove this, it's not the one. No, I have some random videos. Hold on, I wanna see one from cycling. No. Ah, here, found it. So this is cycling. I took the gimbal with me, and yeah, you can see that the sky looks really nice and everything, but the road itself, it's one big pixel because you have a tarmac and stuff like that. And the footage looks really well stabilized, even though I'm shaking like a madman. But the footage is gonna look so much better because I have enough light. It was a bright day and I could go places and shoot the footage and enjoy ourselves. This is, by the way, the same hill we went to. And yeah, I think the only problem with M Orange right now, I'm not able to show you how really good the footage can look like, is because I don't have a weather, and I won't have a weather till probably like March, which is really annoying because that same's gonna happen for the drone. And yeah, all I got was like one cold day, which I tried to take advantage of. I realized that there was no. Can I find a little bit more? There was a one cool. No, that's not this one. I like this shot though. It's kind of nice when you have to stay away from people, which was difficult. You can see me trying to orbit manually and like I'm losing it. But I think there was one. Oh, it's gonna be a follow mode in a second in here. I remember that because I enabled it. I'll tell you when it kicks in. Oh, you can see now. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So this is in a follow mode. It's gonna be, and you can see that even though the object is about 5 meters away, this is in a follow mode. It's already blurred. Details in here getting sharp, but the object itself, it's blurred, and it should not be. And like I said, I don't know how much. Oh, see, there's a focus in here, just in here. It's really annoying. Okay, I've disabled the following mode. No, the follow. Oh, sorry, the follow is for the gimbal. So the gimbal follows, the drone doesn't. There is a track option I've not tried because yeah, I'm not confident enough. But yeah, in terms of like footage itself, it looks okay other than the focus issues. And I know like focus destroys everything, but yeah, I will definitely be writing about this and see what Fimi says about it. I know that people got replacement drones for it, and if they handle it okay, I'll give to them okay, crappy you know, quality control. But if they're gonna handle it well, I'm not going to hold it against them because it happens, and it also matters how you handle yourself if there is a problem. A couple of companies handled themselves really well in my dealings, and I never had the problems with them, even though like, yeah, you can end up with the wonky products from time to time. Sometimes it might be a damage through shipping or something. I might be too forgiving, but if they can handle RMA well, with as least trouble to yourself as possible, then it's fair play. I think I've read one case when someone got extra battery for a drone as a gift as well. So don't know. I don't know what they're gonna say, but if they handle it well, I'll definitely mention the problem and I'll mention the resolution. If they don't handle it well, then I'm definitely gonna mention that. So yeah. Okay, do you have any questions, guys? If you're just new to the stream, there were a couple of things we were talking about. There were gimbals, there were phones, there were cameras that looked like suspects from a game. There is a charger that never arrived because where's my charger? It's on the way. Let's have a quick look. Can we see? Like, can I see where's my charger? Can't without disclosing my information. Sorry, guys. I'll just swap it over, and I'll quickly see where is my charger. And it's probably gonna be like in maybe today, later on, or tomorrow. Something silly. I know that for sure. But yeah, in terms of shipping from Banggood, I always been happy. And like, if you shopped there before, then you probably know. But if you haven't, there's they have US based, the European based, what they called, warehouses. That's the first thing. Second of all, so it arrives quicker if the item is stocked locally. B, you not being hit by a duty if it's stocked locally in European Union and that's the country you're in, or in US. So that's another bonus. Third thing is, in some countries, there is like in UK, there is a way to pay for your items in 3 installments interest-free, which is great. For example, if you buy a drone like this, it would only cost you for about £120 per month in 3 payments. So that's brilliant. And another thing is also you have a shipping insurance and now tax duty insurance. So if you get stung by tax, you can recover some of that money if you pay the insurance. So those are interesting options, and it kind of helps buyers to feel secure. I know a lot of us are being absolutely scared from, you know, buying online from China and stuff like that. It's hard to return goods, and when you faced in a situation like that, you're probably gonna end up sending back the drone for like 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but yeah, there is a trade-off, but at the same time you might get really cool products that are not available on the local market, and take advantage of the savings. In terms of my stuff, let's go trucking. Arrived at the airport. Which airport? 18th of December. Okay, that's how much I know in tracking right now. Do I have a tracking like here? There's a very nice place, the parcel app, and I can track this from all service. So let's have a look. It's gonna take a while to check everything, but yeah. Hopefully it will arrive probably over Christmas, so you probably missed it. No, you definitely missed it on the live stream because I don't have it. But yeah, it's a small dock that you can use batteries. Well, like it comes with a battery and wireless charging on the battery. So you can dock the battery, charge the phone, and have a stand on your desk doing all of those things at the same time. And that's something I'm looking forward to, even though it's silly because it's... Cheers. Okay. It says item arrived at the destination. Okay, but it also says Hong Kong. Destination supposed to be UK. Okay, it's probably a couple of stages of transit, that's all. So it's gonna be another couple of days, I think, after Christmas. Anyway. Right, it's been an hour and 15 minutes. It went so quick. Do you have any questions? Then I'll be able to answer them, tell you. I can give you a snippet of my heating if you want, because it's gonna be a nice cooperation with Sonoff, and you might like what I'm doing. Let me just open this. Wrong one. So you'll be first to see it because I've not displayed it publicly yet. Let me swap it. So if you don't know, if you're free, if you're new to this, on my website, NotEnoughTECH, Nest, because it's Nest alike, I wrote, is it 2 years ago, about a very strangely looking heating system that I've installed at my, or added to my 30-year-old heating for $5. Now, it looks like something that probably will explode sooner or later on the wall, but it works. And I only had 6 hours of downtimes in the time since I put it in. So it's a third year of heating, and it's a third year of iteration where I ask new features. As you can see, that was the first interface in here, and that's how it started, and that's how it looks like now. Now, lots of things has changed, and a lot of options are available from under the hood. Now, in the third iterations, I'll tell you what you actually can get, which is pretty exciting. Now, I'm still working on some schedules, so that's hopefully it's going to be done over Christmas when I have a little bit of time. But so far, what works? We have obviously that traditional interface I've used from the beginning. We have a couple of charts, and you probably quickly realize those are for individual rooms. Now, those are based in Grafana, and you can actually pull them to Nodle dashboard, which is nice and comfortable. And you have information about the temperature in each room and the set point in each room, so you can see what was the target in green. You can change the colors if you want. And there is a cutoff between day and night, so you can kind of tell. You can zoom in as well if you want more granular features per room. You can also change the time range for each display, so you can have it like yesterday, see what was my heating like yesterday. You can also access the pressure. Now, pressure is being drawn either from a data from the weather, or if your your temperature sensor contains pressure information, then it's drawn from the sensor. So this is, for example, drawn from weather API, while this is the real life pressure measured by the sensor. Obviously, I also have humidity, so you can see this is where I took a shower, etc. So you can measure these. This is the humidity in the room. This is humidity on the outside. So it kind of gives you it. Apart from that, I'm actually harvesting entire data and sending it to a time-based database because I'm going to use that later. The information from the heating I'm going to use for machine learning. So I want to harvest all the possible data I've got and use that so I could do some machine learning and try to figure out if I can make it better. So you've got that. Obviously the time ranges and everything applies to 3 different metrics in here. Now in here you have that kind of thermostat and shows you what you've been doing on the last 24 hours and this is purely temperature of the set point of the thermostat versus the temperature of the room it's been set, which leads me to another interesting feature. As you can see in here we've got a living room, we've got a couple of rooms and they have different colors. Now red doesn't mean overheating. Red means that this is a leading room. This means that I can set a leading room whether by clicking button on it or saying that to a Echo device. So it works with Alexa devices, and if I'm going to call a heating request from Amazon Echo, the device assigned to the room will be the device that the room is going to be the one that actually be tracing temperature. So if I'm going to say I want my heating to be 20 degrees and I'm going to say from this room, my heating is going to keep track of the temperature from that room itself. So I can do it right now. I'll show you how it works. Alexa, set heating to 20 degrees.
It's set to 20.
So the heating has been set to 20 degrees and you can see that because I was speaking to my Alexa, which is in office, temperature in office has been updated and it's now my leading temperature. So it's going to lead this sensor only, and as soon as this room heats up to 20 degrees, the heating will stop, ignoring temperature in each room. Now in here you can also see that all the rooms turn gray. This is because the leading temperature is higher than the temperature in specific locations. So for example, in my living room, I've got 17 degrees. It's lower than 20, so it's gray. And that's dynamically, it's being assigned to each room. So if I lower my temperature right now to 18, you'll see that every room that is above 18 degrees, it's going to be orange. So it gives you an idea which rooms are heating up quicker and which rooms are heating up slower, something that you can take advantage of. Now, that's not the only feature that I'm going to implement, because I'm waiting for Sonoff to send me a couple of more sensors and PRR sensors, so I could trigger this also by movement. So not only I will be able to address this using voice commands or user interface like this, but I will be able to do it with just by being present in a room. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to resolve it in terms of software, but I have a couple of ideas that I would like to check out and make it happen. So far in my test, the voice commands worked really well, and it's especially useful for my partner, which works from home. Her office is tiny and heats up really, really quickly. So setting a temperature elsewhere, it kind of creates the office that goes over the set point a couple of degrees. And I know for a couple of hours she's not going to be leaving that room, so she's absolutely okay with, for example, kitchen being 2 or 3 degrees lower and heating cutting off just when the room reaches a certain temperature. So I think this is quite interesting concept to work in terms of heating, and that can lead to significant savings in money. Now in the future, which probably is not going to happen this year, because I would have to drain all my radiators and add new valves, thermostatic valves, which I don't have. I'm going to integrate this with individual radiators, so I actually gonna have a control over temperature in each room dynamically. So I'll be able to assign which rooms I want to heat up, causing the heating system to be more efficient, because it's gonna just heat up specific rooms to a specific temperature and then it will stop. So that's probably what's gonna happen next year. I doubt I'm gonna have enough time to kind of put the heating down because it gets cold in here. But the current system, it's interesting enough to assure that I can do it. I can provide you with interesting concepts for the heating, and it still costs only $5, and you can no, it's going to be a little bit more expensive because you will have to have multiple sensors if you want to take advantage of individual rooms. but it's fully dynamic, so those are generated procedurally, all the rooms and stuff like that. So as long as you hook up the sensor, most part is actually being done. This is a sign that I'm actually getting better at programming and trying to anticipate things while programming as well, which is I guess more interesting and challenging. And obviously you still can set stuff like, you know, turn it on to default 21 degrees as well. Response time is 5 seconds, and that's what I've set it for, because I don't want to spam my Note Red, and I feel that's a good resolution. And like I said, if you can use voice commands, it will have support for Tasker, so you can use it directly from the Android if you don't want to use a web interface. And obviously you can trigger it with voice commands from Amazon Echo, but also Google Home devices. Now, Google Home devices won't have this integration where you can use different rooms, because Google API doesn't return information about which device actually you've spoken to, like Amazon Echo does. So I can't implement this with Google. But you'll still be able to do the usual, hey Google, set this heating temperature to a specific degree. So that's what's gonna be possible with this heating system. So if you use Google ecosystem, you're not 100% left out. You still can use some of it. The individual room's temperature will work, but just you know, changing the value is gonna be happening like manually, rather than you just speaking to devices. This is why I want to deploy an array of PIR sensors, so everyone could take advantage of this, regardless of the ecosystems for the voice assistants they're using. I usually, it depends on the order. Like most of the, if you're gonna obviously bulk order, you might get stung by duty fees. If you order via Banggood and go to local warehouse, then you're not going to pay duties. But most of things I usually buy one or two, and I stick around 25 to 30 pounds value, which sneaks through customs, and I don't pay for duty. But I got stung a couple of times and I paid duty like silly money, because I've ordered something that was I think 22 pounds. It got stung by a duty, and my duty was 16 pounds, because there is a 11 pounds processing charge for opening a parcel and assigning duty value. So I ended up paying like double the price for something that wasn't worth it. But for the most part, I'm actually quite lucky, and I'm able to get that without additional fees. But do remember that if you shop via Banggood, you will be able to select that duty insurance, and that will offset some of that cost. So it's worth actually paying that extra £2-3 or whatever it is for that, if you're expecting to get you know, hit by duty. Now, as you can see, from my experiments, the charts also updated. It shows you in here how much heating was used in the last hour, today, and weekly, and stuff like that. But also it has a small graph in which days, like when during the day you're using it, which is quite interesting. So I'll definitely gonna be writing about this. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to break this down, but it's gonna be, I'll try not to make it a complicated tutorial. It's gonna be more like how to set it up and how to make it work on your end, rather than explaining step by step, because it's a complicated code. It's the most advanced code I ever written. It doesn't mean that it's very advanced, it's just most advanced I ever written. But the setting up of things, it's going to be so much nicer because it's written in Scratch, and I can kind of give you an idea how it looks like on here. So as you can see, it's like my previous iteration was much complicated. This is just to handle the buttons, and some of them are gonna be still kind of reduced, so I don't have to handle as many buttons. But yeah, it's honestly all you have to do is just go to defaults, set a couple of things in here, and then add individual sensors. The room's being created automatically, everything is stored. If you want a database, you can install the database on the same device. And this is why Home Assistant isn't that great like Node-RED. And I know some of you are gonna hate me now, but this is true. So yeah, that's why I've been working really busy for the last 2 weeks, and the only thing I want to have those fancy sliders that you can use to adjust the times for heating, so you can have options for schedules throughout the week. And I want them to be, rather than numeric, I want sliders with 2 handles. I want to be fancy, but they're quite difficult to master, so it's gonna take me a moment to get this done. So I'm hoping to complete that over the Christmas period. Okay, unless there are any other questions, then I might finish my Coke and rum. There's a nice Kraken for Christmas. And I'll rest. I have one more day at work, and then I'm free for a couple of days till New Year. So I'm really happy about that. Finally, first holiday ever since I've started my new job. My new job it's amazing. If you don't know, I've changed work after 12 years during pandemic, and I built robots, which is great because my latest achievement is strapping a vacuum cleaner to a 30 grand robotic arm for science. I needed to have a proof of concept for something, and the low pressure, high flow pump wasn't available, and the quickest solution to achieve the result was to strap a massive industrial hoover into a big robotic arm via tape. So that's how robots are being made. Not beer. No, I don't drink much beer, to be honest. I don't drink much alcohol either. This is honestly, this is one of, I think last drink I had was about 3 months ago or something like that. I had 1 bottle of rum prior to that since February. That's how much alcohol I drink. So yeah, it's a Christmas soon. So I don't know what you're planning, guys. Do you have any super cool projects that you want to do over Christmas time? Do you have any exciting purchases that you've got? Then yeah, just pop into the chat and see what you're after. Is something cool that you're gonna get for Christmas? For me, it's a quiet one because we're still in a lockdown. UK is being terrible with pandemic, so no one goes anywhere. But it's a first opportunity to we don't have anyone over, and we're not going anywhere for Christmas. So it's gonna be quiet time, and as much as I would like to see my friends and stuff like that, I think I kind of appreciate the fact that it's gonna be a quiet Christmas. So I don't know how you feel about it. Maybe most of you do miss your family and stuff like that, and especially if you've been in lockdown for a long time. I'm kind of used to it because my family lives in Poland, and I don't see them very often, and especially over Christmas because it's terribly expensive to fly anywhere. But that's my Christmas plan. Rebuilding Poketables video editing rig. I can show you my video editing rig. I'll show you. I kicked the camera, pool camera. I'll show you my editing rig. Hold on a sec. Let's no, this one. So my editing rig consists of. I don't need this. Oh, let's do it like this. So we have a 3D printed barn doors on some cheap Banggood lights. They work quite well actually. They're like 10 quid a pop, and there is a nice a magic arm in here. This is a 3D printed bracket in here to bend the paper to 90 degrees, so it kind of creates that semi nice looking surface. There is this thing that I've made thanks to some was it Brian? That was Brian. We can check his name. Hold on, his name is on here. I'm not going to take credit for someone else's work. Brian Brocken, thanks to him, there's a turning table which you can program and turn stuff around. There is another light from the top which I'm using like a selfie stick for, and the same lamp in here. There's obviously a piece of paper, and the entire thing is bolted to a piece of wood behind it. Can I just do like this? Yeah, so it's just bolted to a piece of wood, and I'm using a speaker to actually weight it down so it wouldn't move much. So it's not the most sophisticated setup, but hey, I can put stuff on here. I can make. I didn't want this. Hold on. Yeah, let's restart because timeout takes too long. There should be a button to exit that out. So I can make this spin, which is nice. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna go cinematic. What is the number of turns? Let's go 4. And we can place something. Ah, look at that. It screams professionalism. So that's my photographic setup. It takes. It's not the greatest one, but frankly speaking, it's all you need. I can take really nice pictures, and if you see my website, I think I'm doing a great job, considering. Like, let's have a look. So those pictures are all taken on. I have a different sheets of paper and different colors, and I pick whatever is needed. And you can see the selection of latest thumbnails is always something, I guess, visually maybe interesting. Did I press it? Oh, come on, internet. Oh, but my streaming is really affecting the internet, I guess. Come on, you can do it. Thank you. So that was done, obviously, on the same blue background I've got right now. And it kind of looks nice, I guess. What else I like from here? These ones were done the same way. So I'm trying to keep it relevant, but this was at work. Lazy loading. It's not happening. Come on. When I'm streaming my I need to improve. Like, I think I'm gonna sign up for a higher tier for broadband because my upload rates are absolutely garbage. But yeah. Where we are. If you're new to me, I do a lot. Like, if you found me through Banggood, I would strongly recommend you to go on my website. It's NotEnoughTECH.com, and I do a lot of stuff about home automation and reviews and stuff like that. So more stuff's coming soon. Let's have a look what we have. Building, do a Samsung Christmas profile. I don't actually have any Christmas profiles. I had a project in mind, but frankly speaking, my work being so tasking, when I'm coming back home, I'm like, oh, I just want to eat something and have a nap, and then I wake up 2 hours later and I'm like, so yeah, I'm looking forward to actually taking it easy. It's been difficult in that regard because my work is really challenging right now. I feel like I don't know anything at work, and for some reason they hired me, and I'm playing catchball with everything. I've learned so many things at work. I've learned how to program robotic arms. I'm learning C# at professional level. I've never used C#. I have to come up with prototypes for robots for contracts that my latest contract value is like £800,000. That's like almost £1 million. And I was prototyping for this, and for some reason they trust me that I can do it. It's just mind-blowing the level of challenges that I've got at work. So when I get home, sometimes I do feel a little bit drained from creative thinking, and I know I'm gonna come through you on the camera as a tired person that really doesn't want to be here, and I don't like that. So that's why I've been slightly quieter ever since I started the new job. But at some point it's gonna be better because, we're not going to have a doom and gloom weather-wise. It's going to be more sun. I get to cycle again and we'll have more energy. And I won't spend extra time learning about the stuff I'm supposed to do. Okay, I'm trying to find a 120-volt wire tracking device for the main electrical box. Okay. Paul at Pocketables had this setup, isn't it? I remember he was writing about this. I don't remember what was it called. Let's have a look. I don't know who's on the Pocketables.com channel right now. But if you can point me to a... is it Daniel? Are you on this account right now? What was it? See, power monitoring. It was one of those smart things that kind of try to monitor your usage. Oh, this is this. That's the one. I'll just paste it in here so you can take a look at this. Yeah, I thought it was done. Hi Dan. So you can take a look at this, and I was actually tempted to see how that works, and but yeah, it's definitely something that I would like to have at home to measure it. I've been using those either son-offs or power strips to enable, for example, washing machine, to enable the notifications. But yeah, that's the only thing I can. More industrial grade stuff. It's stuff from Netio. I have where is it? I'm gonna be looking at it forever, isn't it? I'll dig it out for you guys because I'm nice. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about this. I should have write about this sooner, and I promise Jan from Netio that I'll write about this sooner. This is actually quite interesting because it works like Sonoff in that regards that it has the different switches, but it monitors the power outputs, and it has NFC and a couple of things, but you also have an Ethernet, which is interesting. So you can measure the power going through. It has the dry switches, so those you can't measure the power, but it has a normal pass-through dry switches, and it's an interesting device, DIN mountable, and I'll write about this soon. There's a link from I need to approve. I can't approve the link, so I'm just gonna, I don't know why, it just gives me an error each time I'm trying to approve the link. So let me just redo the link for you. That was the link that Dan pasted for you, so take a look at that. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. I guess that's pretty much everything I had presented. What I'm going to close it with, this is a Banggood Christmas sale. Everything you're gonna buy, because this is hosted by Banggood as well, so thank you to Banggood, because they're really nice to me. They keep sending me stuff, and I keep recommending stuff I like, and not so much the stuff I don't. But yeah, if you use this link, I get a small cut from them for your purchases. Also, I actually like, because I get to see, I don't see what you're buying in particular, but I see what orders are being placed via my links. So it kind of gives me a bit of a direction to what interests you guys, and I can, because I don't get paid by Banggood, but I have an account and a budget, so I can pick stuff I want. And it gives me ability to pick something that will interest my users. Like, I can buy stuff for myself if I want to. It's not a big, like, I don't have a lot of money, but you know, I have a full-time job. I can afford to have a life. But it gives me a sense of direction if you purchase using my links, because I can actually see what's being ordered and what you're enjoying, guys, and if that aligns with my interest, and I'm happy to talk about it. Or there are gonna be 2 more articles coming. I've ordered on Banggood pretty much every temperature sensor I could find that supports Zigbee, and the same goes for PIRs, so your motion sensors. And I'll have a breakdown of which sensor offers what and which are worth paying attention to. So if you're interested in jumping in Zigbee and want to kit up entire rooms with sensors, I'll give you some recommendations which one we're working. I think I'm gonna have 10 or 11 different sensors to compare together, both for PR and for temperature, and I bought them myself, so I can be absolutely honest and rip everyone apart, because I will have no affiliation for that article. Yes. So I hope you're gonna like this, because that question pops in and out quite a bit. Yeah. That's the problem. A whole house only have 2 prongs outlets. I want to install a more upstream outlet to protect all the downstream. Okay. Yeah, that's probably, you would need something that you can kind of get into the relay box, with the fuse box. There are a couple of things that you can use. I think I've seen, if you go to, that was a Peter Scargill, another friend of mine. Scargill, I can't spell his name. So if you go to his website, I seen him reviewing one of those. Was it this one? No, it was something else. I would have to ask him, but I think if you go to his blog, go and have a look. A couple of weeks ago, I've seen him posting about one of those fuses that comes with remote switching, and I think it has a power monitor on it. So you might be interested in that as well. And again, I can't error try again. I can't done whatever links you're posting. It's by default it locks all the links anyway, but I can't just show the link for some reason. It just gives me an error, so I just keep reposting any links that are being sent to me anyway. So yeah, give a go for this blog as well. Peter's a friend of mine. We talk about tech privately and share information about what we like. So I don't mind recommending his blog. I've actually gotten closer with a couple of people thanks to me writing about technology, which is nice. Because it's good to have friends in the same department and sharing experiences. So this is something I definitely enjoy. So yeah, as I mentioned, if you're gonna use the my links, they get obviously attention, and Banggood likes me more, and they like you more as well for spending money. So that's the sponsored part of this live stream, guys. So you would know what kind of sellout am I. It's a US company that is not GDPR compliant. No, but I should. I think with links, it's just an error. It just gives me an error. Otherwise, I would be able to share this. Okay. Right. Do I have anything else? I think I'm done with everything. I mean, like, I'm not done with everything, but I'm done for the live stream, unless there are any burning questions I can answer. Hope you found it interesting. You can leave me a comment or something later if you're watching it later. But I like live streaming. I need to work on my internet because my internet is not very good right now. For some reason, I'm getting about 100 megs of downstream, and upstream is about 4 to 5, which is rubbish for streaming, and I wish it would be a brilliant experience. I don't know how it looks like on your end, but hopefully nice. I'll check it later, but I'm considering fishing out more money for next year and getting a little bit more upstream. Unfortunately, parallel networks in UK are extremely expensive. To get 100 uplink and downlink in UK, you would have to pay, I think, something around £300 a month. And this is not something I can afford. I'm paying like 30 quid a month right now, just to give you a ballpark. So that would be like, what, 300 quid a month? That would be like $400 a month for internet. Yeah, it's not going to happen, guys. Not with my earnings. I have a good job, but not that good, and NotEnoughTECH doesn't make that much money. Okay. Probably gonna be quiet until 25th, maybe. I don't know how much time we're gonna have, but I would like to wish you all fantastic Christmas. I hope you're gonna all stay safe and be very happy. You're gonna find your projects to keep you occupied over the Christmas. You're gonna spend time with family, and I hope that 2021 is gonna be excellent for everyone, because I think we deserve a break after really, really rubbish 2020. I'm not superstitious, but come on, we all need a break right now. If there is anything that I think we should be thankful, it's, I think, lots of businesses gonna rethink their strategy in terms of hiring and letting people work remotely as well. Maybe it's not constant, but I think they're gonna be more lenient with letting people work remotely from time to time, accommodating humans' needs, and this is always turn in a good position. So I hope you're gonna get a benefit of that as a result of that all pandemic malarkey. Mine asymmetric's home, but it's still well. Dan, just go. Just go. Just go with your internet. I was like, max I can get in here is 340. I've checked that, and I would get I think 40 uplink. And okay, all right. One more thing, right? You wanna know how expensive is the internet in here? Let's do this. That's gonna be the last thing. If I ever wanted to be a Twitch streamer, let's go. So this is who's got my, this is the company that has my broadband right now, and it has fiber in here. So amazing offers, top offers. Can I just like, come on. Let me see the pricing, like price. Oh, compare. Let's do this. Compare internet. Let's see. Okay, so what's my postcode? Let's not dox myself just yet. Select provider, Virgin Media, thank you. Can I display this without revealing my address? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to get a quote right now. Cheapest everything, cheapest but no inclusive. I just want deals without phone line. Okay. I can't even, can I do like, oh, okay. So I can get right now, actually this deal isn't bad. I can get right now, this is the maximum I can get. So 360 megabyte for 18 months contract for 36 per month. For 18 months, right? Now note that it doesn't give me download speeds. Download speeds right now, they are more or less 50%, 10% of what you're getting, and it's not what guaranteed. If I'm gonna run the test, right now, I'm streaming, so it's not going to get amazing results. But I usually get about 7% of my uplink, and I have 100. I have this package here, 108 megs. Now, I might be tempted, but at the same time, they not guarantee this, and I might be in the app with a like very similar uplink. I'm actually gonna rethink this. I only signed a new contract like a couple of months ago, but might be worth upgrading. I'll see if they're gonna have a nice deal in here, because I'm really not happy with the streaming quality that you guys getting, and I'd like to stream a little bit more often. What do you think, guys? But yeah, but to get like a business connection, it's incredibly expensive, and I know because I've checked that. Yeah, 40 isn't up bad, but I'm probably not like the 40 I gotta get at like 2 a.m. when everyone sleeps. You have to account for the fact that where I live, it's one of the biggest residential areas in Europe, which means a lot of people actually working from home, and I can tell right now anything between like 9 to 5, I can tell that people are working from this area because the internet gets really bad at peak times, and there's not much I can do about it. There's lots of people living around here. It's not a city, but it's a lot of people living around here, but it doesn't have that city infrastructure for internet, and that's where the problem is. So the line is quite congested, and you don't usually get the uploads nowhere near to what I used to before the pandemic. So unfortunately, I don't have anything like that available, or I can't get the higher tier internet. Maybe once I'm gonna start breaking like 100,000 subscribers or something on YouTube, it's gonna be worth it. But until then, we'll have to live with it. That's why I have a website, because you can watch it and the videos at any time. All I have to do is just suffer through half an hour of upload times on my end. Okay, it looks like a 350 package speed. Yeah, it's like I said, it's about 10% of the uplink, but they don't guarantee this, the upload speed. They only guarantee the download speed and the upload. Right, enough of me waffling about the internet. I wish you all the best, guys. thanks so much for joining me on this live stream. If you're new, consider subscribing to either my YouTube channel or to my social media. Let me give you a couple of social media accounts so you can know where to follow. You obviously know how YouTube, how's my YouTube. But if you want to get random stuff, random thoughts and random links, that's Twitter. If you want to get me sharing a couple of traveling stories when I travel, some early looks of the projects and snippets from the work, that's Instagram is probably your best bet. If you want to get to know what I'm doing else, I have a second YouTube channel. It's linked into this video. I don't have a link in here, but there's a second channel. It's not very popular, and I just mostly waffling about my day and stuff that bothers me and showcase early work. So if you're interested in that, there's a second channel linked in the description of this live stream. And there's a Facebook for people that use Facebook somewhere here, and that usually just keeps you up to date and let you know when I have new content or if there's anything interesting. If you're feeling extremely kind and supportive, there is a Patreon that I also use, and people support me in there, which I'm super grateful because all of them are super kind. How do I do this? Like this. So if you're feeling particularly charitable, you can visit my Patreon, and there is extra support page on my website. Let's do it proper plug, why not? It's my channel. And there's an extra support page on my website where you can express different ways of supporting NotEnoughTECH and making sure that server pays its bills. So yeah, guys. All right. As the phone has been reviewed, so the review for the phone, if you want to read it, it's on my website. All other items are going to be reviewed at some point, probably over Christmas. I'm going to start writing reviews and start scheduling for posting. So hopefully for January, you're going to have excellent sales opportunities in there. So if you want, just follow me on my website and you'll get the detailed reviews of what's cool, what's not so cool, and more long-term impressions, because I only got to play with these gadgets for a couple of days before they arrived to my hands. Right, I know I said that 3 times, but I'll say Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, and see you very, very soon. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.